My name is Dr. Soibi Godwin-Clark. I'm a daughter of the Most High God, a parent of Caleb British International School, and I'm a lawyer by training or profession, and I happen to wear several hats. So I am the convener chief executive of certain companies. I've also known Caleb for about 13 to 15 years. I was attracted to Caleb specifically for 3 reasons. 1, the spiritual standard. It's important to me that Christian values and ethics are taught to children and maintained during their school years. So that's very important to me, and Caleb provided me that option. And also I was attracted because of their academic standard. They maintain a high academic standard. They maintain a standard which encourages their children to keep pushing, to keep trying to achieve. It doesn't, and they do that by giving several perks. So you have things like the gold tie, the red tie, and all of that. And I think that that's very helpful for the children. I have 2 memorable moments. So when I brought my son here, he had never been to a boarding house, and he had just transferred to here. So this was his new school and new experience, boarding house experience. And my son is quite a driven young man, but he's also very playful. And I was pleasantly surprised when he came home with brandishing the certificate of the most studious student in the boarding house. That told me something about the teachers here. To get him to be the most studious student in the boarding house, that's quite a feat. And then another memorable moment was with the just concluded inter-house sports, made in inter-house sports. Unfortunately, he had fallen ill shortly before the inter-house sports, but he was so driven. Even in hospital, he kept on saying, I have to get better, I have to eat, I have to take my drugs, I have to participate, I have to win this for Red House, I have to do this, I have to do this. And I was thinking there has to be something that is driving this young man's commitment. It's either the relationship with the teachers, the camaraderie with the pupils. There must be something that they're giving extra to these children that is pushing this young man. He's in hospital, he has drips coming out from his, he has drips on his hand, but he's determined. All that is in his head is, I have to do this for the school, I have to do this for the school. So that got me quite happy to see that kind of commitment, to see that kind of link between the child and the school is wonderful. So the academic environment at Caleb is quite interesting. It's fierce. I like it. Competition is fierce, but well fought. I like it. Caleb encourages their children to do a lot. They're on their toes academically. And it's not just academically, they take a holistic approach, which is very important for me. So you're training the academics, you're training the physical ability, you're training the morals, you're training the social ability of the child. And all of these come to play in having a holistically developed person or a holistically developed child. And that's very important to me. I like the fact that they compete for accolades. I enjoy that. In today's world where they say, it's okay just to participate. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to participate. But then if you can excel. And Caleb encourages you to do just that. And for me, that's very important. Social vices and immorality are on the increase, as the Bible has told us they will be. So it was very important for me that I find somewhere where my child will be ingrained with appropriate moral, behavioral standards and also spiritual standards. Caleb offers me both of this. So they have several programs, which of course the teenagers complain about, but helps them absolutely. They have their assembly, the morning prayers in the assembly. They have devotions. They have their evening I think it's a moral, it's sort of like a prayer session that they have in the evening. And I think this is very important. The Bible teaches us to pray ceaselessly, and Caleb is setting that foundation by ensuring that these children have several areas where they can plug in. And the teachers, I believe, are passing on the moral code, the right moral code to the children. Everyone has their individual moral standards, and in these days where morality is fluid anyway, you need something that the child, a proper base, a proper foundation that the child can stand on to become useful to himself and to the rest of society. And Caleb offers me that. I would recommend Caleb to other parents. And this is not being partial, not because I'm a parent here, but I look at three things. You're in school, firstly, for academics, and the academic standard speaks for itself. In the fact that they're winning accolades, in the fact that there's high standards, in the fact that they're able to encourage children to strive to be their best. So on the academic side, yes, I would recommend Caleb. And I then go to the spiritual side, which I think is very important in this day and age, where spirituality has sort of taken a back burner and people are striving so hard to get spirituality out of schools. Whereas that is the moral compass, that's the guiding compass that helps us to be the best we can be. So yes, for that I will recommend Caleb. The moral side also, I would recommend Caleb. And then, like I said, Caleb adopts a holistic developmental approach, which is they do the academics, they do the physical, they do the social, they do the psychological. So I think that this is based on these reasons. Certainly, I would recommend Caleb to any parent, and I have the confidence to do so.